Welcome back. Now, our next example is solve negative 16 is equal to x over 3 plus 5. Now, if we recall, our step 1 said to use order of operations backwards to be able to get us to a spot where we can work our way and undo the operations. So I look here and I say, well, first x is being divided by 3. And then we're going to add, and then we add 5 last. Well, that's if we were going through and knowing what x was. Now, because we don't know what x is, we're going to start by getting rid of this plus 5. So what we're going to do to get rid of plus 5 is we're going to subtract 5. But if I remember, if I subtract 5 from the right side, I have to subtract 5 from the left side. So when I do that, negative 16 minus 5, adding the opposite, so negative 16 plus negative 5 is negative 21. And over here, positive 5 minus 5 is 0, so we get rid of that, leaving me with x over 3 on the right-hand side. Now, to get rid of dividing by 3, we multiply by 3. And some of you might still be confused as to why that works. Well, when we multiply by 3, this is like multiplying a fraction by a whole number. We can put that over 1. And when we do that, if you remember, we can simplify by saying, well, 3 and 3 have a common factor of 3, which leaves me with 1 here and 1 here. So I have 1's all around, which results in x. But if I multiply by 3 over there, I need to multiply by 3 over here. And negative 21 times 3 is negative 63. So my solution, I believe, is x equal to negative 63. So we're going to go ahead and check that. So if I come over here, I always like to write down that this is my check, so I don't mix it up with the rest of my work. So when I look here, my check should start by rewriting the original equation, negative 16 equal to x over 3 plus 5. Now if I go ahead and substitute our value in, I get negative 16 is equal to negative 63 over 3 plus 5. Negative 6, then when I use order of operations, I get negative 63 divided by 3, which is negative 21 plus 5. Now, remember, a lot of you are still struggling with that adding integers. If I'm short $21 and I have $5 in my pocket, I can pay $5 of my debt, but I'm still going to be $16 short. So then I show that negative 16 is equal to negative 16 and big yellow star because I have a correct answer. So let's move on to the next example. And the next one is solving j plus 18 all over negative 4 equal to 8. Now with this problem, going back to that whole idea with the big giant fraction bar, we can't do anything to this j plus 18 because it's inside invisible parentheses because of that fraction bar, which means that before we can do anything to that, we must get rid of this divide by negative 4. Well, to undo dividing by negative 4, again, like before, we're going to multiply by negative 4. So I'm going to multiply by negative 4 on both sides. That cancels these, giving me j plus 18. And 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. So then my next step is going to be to get rid of this plus 18. So I'm going to minus 18 or subtract 18 from both sides, giving me, canceling this out, j, and negative 32 minus 18, and we're going to add the opposite. So negative 32 plus negative 18, which means it's going to be negative. 2 plus 8 is 10, carry the 1. 3 plus 1 is 5. So I get an answer of j equals negative 50. So then I come over here and I check And the check says plug in the original equation, j plus 18 over negative 4 equal to 8. And then I substitute in my values, giving me negative 50 plus 18 over negative 4 equal to 8. Well, negative 50 plus 18 is negative 32, and that's over negative 4 equal to 8. And when I actually go through and look and do negative 32 divided by 4, negative 4, I get 8 equals 8. So I can check it off as being all set. Our final example for today's lesson is solve 14 plus m over 10 equal to 24. So when I look here, I can go ahead and say, well, I know that m is directly attached to that divide by 10. So I need to get rid of this 14. Now to get rid of plus 14, I'm going to subtract 14. And by the golden rule of algebra, I will do it on both sides. So then I can go and negative 14 minus 14 is 0, leaving us with m over 10. 24 minus 14 is 10. Now, some of you are under this impression, oh, 10 and 10, oh, the m must be 1. But remember, 1/10 does not equal 10. And we don't want to be jumping to conclusions. So we need to go ahead and multiply by 10 on both sides to get rid of the divide by 10, giving me m is equal to 100. So circle that answer, come over here and do my check. And just for the speed of things, just to make sure we're checking it, 14 plus 100 divided by 10 should equal 24. 100 divided by 10 is 10. 10 plus 14 should equal 24. And 24 does equal, in fact, 24. Therefore, checking us off that we are good to go. Now, your job is going to be to complete your summary, as well as complete the U-try and bring it to class with you tomorrow. Please make sure you solve n minus 7 all over 2 equal to negative 11.